Visit CCGCastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking at the Primal Class Shown deck, and this is Volcanion Flareon. So there was a lot of hype about Volcanion, about new Steam Siege set. A lot of people actually asked me, well, can you make a Volcanion deck? Can you make a dual Volcanion-EX deck? So yeah, I definitely decided to build one, but definitely it's very interesting deck. So basically, it's everything around just first to start with the baby Volcanion introduction. So 130 HP, you just want to take a look on the first attack power hitter. So basically, with a single energy, you can hit for 20. Why is that important? Because you can choose two of your benched Pokemons, attach fire energy to each of them from your discard pile. So basically, let's say you have Fighting Fury Belt attached to this one, you have 170 HP, which is definitely very hard to one-hit knockout. I mean, 170 HP on non-EX attacker in the future format is just like a freaking EX Pokemon. I mean, this is just ridiculous. And basically, with those Professors later, you're able to search your deck for energies, and with Volcanion-EX Team Up, you're actually able to throw them out. So basically, if you throw out for each Steam Up, you will actually add 30 more damage to your Volcanion, and you're going to hit for like 80, 90, 120 in theory with Volcanion turn 1, which is just ridiculous. I will definitely demonstrate you this later. But yeah, basically being able to hit for 120 with one energy and discarding 3 energies with Volcanion-EXs on the bench is definitely very easily with this build. And also backup attacker Flareon-EX just for the big things, because you can use Flash Fire, you can basically remove energies from one of your benched Pokemon to the Flareon, and turn 2, turn 3 you can even hit with the Blaze Ball for like 200 plus damage, which is just ridiculous. To be able to set up everything, you need to have, of course, Hoopa and at least 2 Shaymis in this deck. I don't want to have more than 2 Shaymis because this is pretty much sweet spot. Only thing that I want to have are actually 4 Volcanions, just because you want to start with it, and 3 Volcanion-EX is just a sweet spot. From the other cards, you definitely need to have 2 Sky Fields. Trust me, you need the Sky Field just because you want to set up turn 1. Once you're able to set up, later you can just Delinquent, or you can wait your opponent to remove Sky Field. And of course, you can play Parallel City just to cut down yourself to like 3 basic Pokemons at the bench. In my opinion, this is also very good. But Sky Field will definitely later help you against Mega Rayquaza deck. In order to do that, everything, you need to have energy retrieval. So basically, having 2 energy retrievals instead of the Fisherman is way better, because if you play Fisherman, you are not able to play Lysandre. So basically, if you play energy retrieval, you can grab 2 energies from your discard pile. So being with energy retrieval, you can actually have 60 damage with the Steam Up each turn. Single Escape Rope is definitely good because it can help you against Jolteon, but it will help you just in case you're stuck with either way, Volcanion or Hoopa in the active spot without Float Stone or energies for the retreat. 2 Professors later, as I mentioned earlier, you definitely need to have them because you want to be able to search your deck for energy cards, so you can actually attach them or discard them with your Steam Up ability. 1 copy of Super Rod definitely good to have, because you want to put back into your deck those Flareons if they get knocked out. Also 4 copies of Trainers Mail, Ultra Balls at Seeker as staples. 1 Delinquent can help you a lot, as I mentioned earlier, especially against those Mega Rayquaza decks, but pretty much any other deck, because it can help you to discard 3 cards of your opponent's hand, and it can definitely be devastating. Also running Hex Maniac to shut down those abilities, just in case you started first, you set it up, you just want to shut down your opponent's abilities. But even at the end of your turn, before you even attack, when you do everything, when you use your Steam Ups, you can just shut down your opponent's abilities with the Hex Maniac. But also Hex Maniac will help you in that Greninja break a matchup. A single Lysandre, 2 Ents, and 1 Ranger. 1 Ranger definitely needs to have 1, just because you're running just a full basic deck, and you need to have it against Regice and against Jolteon-EX. 4 Sycamores, 1 Skyla, because we need to have Skyla for those escape ropes, energy retrievals, Professor's letters. It can help definitely a lot. If you start with the Skyla, you don't have supporter, you can Skyla for Ultra Ball, for the Hoopa, and there you go. 3 stadiums, as I mentioned earlier, Parallel City and 2 Sky Fields. 3 Fighting Fury Belts, very important to have, just to have 40 more HP on your Flareon or on your Volcanion, 2 Float Stones for the free retreat, and 11 Fire Basic Energies. In my opinion, I managed to get this as a perfect build. Trust me, I played like over 20 games and I didn't lost a single one, so this deck is just ridiculous. So yeah, basically I was not able to record quite a good matchups because pretty much everyone just quits and rage when this deck appears, but deck list is definitely good. I do my best, so I just want to share the deck list with you. I will also include some of the gameplay footage inside, so you definitely should enjoy watching it. Also, if you're looking for any of these cards, definitely it's time to check CCGCastle right now, because if you type TCG Center 5 code, you will also get 5% discount on your purchase. Volcanions, Flareons, Shaymins, they're all restocked, and you should definitely check that before the price goes up. So let's do some gameplays, guys, so you can actually see how this deck will actually work and how you should actually play this deck in the real life. So see you in the game. Alright, so we are here back with the game number 2, so I'm starting first, which is always good. So let's take a look at my opening hand. So there's a Volcanion and a Flareon-EX Ultra Ball, so I guess I can have perfect opening hand right here, in my opinion. If I can hit Hoopa, I guess this is pretty much it. So let's take a look on the other side. It's a Night March, so I'm going to play my Ultra Ball for, I guess, double energy. Searching my deck for Hoopa, of course. Basically, even in this matchup against Night March, I don't need to have too many Volcanions on my bench. I guess 2 of them can work, but even 2 of them on the bench is even a lot of them. So I'm going to put my Fighting Fury Belt, play 1 Volcanion, play Trainers Mail. Let's just see what I can get with it. Oh, very nice, Parallel City, and I'm definitely looking forward to use that. Another Volcanion, Shaymin-EX for 4, and there is a Lysandre, a double Trainers Mail. There is Skyla, so I guess I can use Skyla with the Trainers Mail. I can even use my another Trainers Mail for Ultra Ball. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my Skyla. I'm going to hit something like Professor's Leather, or maybe even yeah, I could definitely go with Professor's Letter, but I also need... Yeah, let's go with the Professor's Letter right now, just because I have Shaymin for the next turn, and I might be able to set up. So I will take 2 of my Fire Energies. I'm going to attach 1 energy onto my Flareon. I'm going to play my Parallel City. So I can actually remove Hoopa and Shaymin from the bench. And this is probably everything that I can do for now. So on the next turn, I guess I'm going to be able to knock out my opponent Boop-Kaboo, just in case he will not be able to knock out my Volcanion. On the other side, I also have my V Secret in my hand, which means that I can even go with my Skyla for the Float Stone, so I can even attach my Float Stone onto my Volcanion-EX, so I can have free retreat. I can go with the Ultra Ball for just a regular Volcanion, and then I can even set up for some extra cards. Very important that he managed to find and discard another Dimension Volley. So this is very important against Night March. To be able to counter your opponent a stadium, he definitely needs to win in that stadium war. So unfortunately for my opponent, he managed to get a Tails on the coin flip, so that's not that good. There's another Acrobike, so 1 more Poop-Kaboo discarded, 1 more Unknown. This looks like Night March without Shaymin-EX. Oh, it's my turn, so very disappointing for my opponent, which means only one thing, that I'm going to attach my energy right here. I'm going to play my Ultra Ball for Sycamore and Lysandre, and I'm looking forward to grab 1 more Volcanion, but this time just a regular one. Put it onto my bench, play my Shaymin for some extra cards, this time extra cards times 5. And what I can actually do is I can with Steam Up 1-hit knock out my opponent Poop-Kaboo. And the most important thing, I can even scrap his Dimension Volley. So I can even right here play my Stadium card, which is very important. So I'm going with my Professor Sycamore. And basically I'm looking forward to grab 7 new cards. Alright, so how many energies do I have in my discard pile? I have 3 of them, so I will play one more Ultra Ball just because I want to remove my Shaymin next turn when he actually play his Dimension Volley from hand. So there we go. This is a power hitter for 60. I can put one more energy onto my Volcanion and one onto my Flareon, which means that I'm going to take 1 prize, but this is still not over because I'm playing against non-EX deck, probably, so I will need to take 6 prizes, and it's a long way out just because my opponent can easily play like a triple Lysandre and pretty much with 3 turns knock out my Flareon on the bench, even Shaymin for easy prize, and this could be pretty much GG. So let's see what's the last card in his hand. It's Professor Sycamores, so he's going to drop 7 new cards. So far he have like 5 Night Marches in his discard pile. There's another unknown for Fireball Leather, so that means that he can drop like 100 damage so far if he can find double Colress energy. On the other side, still no sign of the energy from my opponent, which is very sad. I know that I have that Lysandre, so I'm going to play my V-Seeker. I'm going to grab Lysandre, and I'm going just to knock out his Vespiquen on the bench, because that Vespiquen in the late game will be able to do a lot more damage than actually Night March will be able to do. So I'm going to use my power hitter again, and I'm going to attach this time 2 of my energies, one onto my another Volcanion and one onto my Volcanion-EX. I'm going to take 1 prize. I can easily actually put those energies into my Flareon. So there's a combi in the active spot this time. His hand is actually very huge. There's another Vespiquen. Right now he have like a 3, 6, 9, 11 Pokemon in his discard pile. I'm going to throw out my Shaymin, so there's a 3rd dimension wall, which means that he probably have just 1 more left. So I guess I can counter this with my Sky Field or even with my Delinquent. Delinquent will even hurt more my opponent, but I need to take a lot of worry about that end in the late game, because if my opponent actually managed to end me down to 1 card, I can easily lose this matchup right here. So I guess this is not a very good idea. So I definitely need to keep eyes on those Shaymins. So I will definitely play my Super Rod, put back my 2 Shaymins and Hoopa in deck, just in case in the late game my opponent actually managed to end me down to 1 card, so I have more chance actually to grab something that I need. So there is a double Colress energy, which means that there will also be a Beer Revenge. Also Professor's Birch Observation for 7, which is very good for this game. So there's a Battle Compressor, which means that he can easily discard more Night Marchers and tries to get 1-hit knockout right here on my Volcanion. But look at this, I have 170 HP on my Volcanion, which is just ridiculously a huge amount of damage. Roller Skates times 2, unfortunately 2 tails, and that can mean only one thing. That can be like 8, 10, 12, 13, that's 115, so he is short for 20 damage counters. So 2 damage counters short on that Vespiquen, so I guess he's not going to be able to 1-hit knock out my Volcanion in this situation, and I guess this is pretty much GG. So he decided to run down to the bench of that Joltik. There's a Fighting Fury Belt, and I guess I can play my Energy Retrieval right here to put some energies back into my hand. I'm also looking forward to play that Super Rod when I can. Alright, to put back my Shaymins into my deck, and all I really need right here is just basically play my Flash Fire from my Volcanion-EX onto my Flareon. I can even attach 1 more energy onto my another Volcanion and basically hit for the 30, which is enough to knock out his Joltik, unfortunately. So he's still short for 10 damage counters right here, and there's a big card which is a Delinquent, and I really like the Delinquent. I guess this Delinquent will definitely shake up my opponent next turn, because I'm going to discard pretty much 3 cards from his hand with that Delinquent. Of course, if he managed to end me, then I will not be able to play Delinquent, but assuming on those Birch Observations, he probably does not play N, so I guess I don't need to worry too much about that. So that Be Revenge Still short for 10, but there is a Be Revenge and Lysandre on my another Volcanion. He definitely can take a knockout right here. So let's take a look how many Night Marches he actually have in his discard pile. So he have like a 6-8, which means only one thing, that I need to promote my Flareon in the active spot without worry. And there's a Delinquent, so this Delinquent is definitely going to be, I guess, GG for my opponent. And I can even attach Float Stone. I even have Escape Rope in my hand. I have double option. So he even managed to discard his energy, and I'm going to hit with my Blaze Ball, which will be like 240. Enough for the one-hit knockout, and he just managed to left with one Pookaboo and one single card in his hand. So in order to knock out my Flareon, he needs to take a lot of different cards right here. He needs double Color's Energy, he needs Dimension Wally, but I guess this is not going to happen, and I guess this is pretty much easy GG right here against this Night March Vespiquen without Shaymins, unfortunately, for my opponent. So there's Acrobike. I don't know what he actually took with that Acrobike, but this seems to me like a GG. So I will definitely play one more game after this. Hopefully I'm going to find something that will be competitive and tar one in a future format. So there's a Blaze Ball for the knockout, and it's GG. So let's move to the game number 3. Alright, so playing against Fire deck, it might be a mirror match, it might not. So I'm starting first, which is very important, just because I can see what my opponent play and I can see how he is going to breed. So I'm going to start with my Volcanion in the active spot. I have Hoopa and Sky Field in my opening hand, and I can't express how dang good this start really is. So let's pop off with the Fighting Fury Belt, Energy Attachment, Sky Field, Hoopa for that Scunder Ring. I'm going to search my deck for like Volcanion, Flareon, and pretty much for the Shaymin-EX, and this is very explosive start. So I already have plenty of resources. I'm going to put down my Flareon, I'm going to put my Volcanion, I'm going to attach my Float Stone into it. I'm going to play my Shaymin for the setup. I will keep that Float Stone so far in my hand. I'm looking for maybe for another Volcanion EX, but so far no sign of it. So there's a Trainers Mail, there's a Parallel City, there's a Ranger, but I guess I don't need Ranger, and I will just keep Ultra Ball for Fire Energy and that Ranger. And I'm looking forward for another Shaymin for the setup. Basically, right now, I guess it's a time to attach that Float Stone onto that Hoopa. Shaymin for 4 extra cards. What you can get with the 4 extra cards? Maybe another Volcanion. Yes, there is another Volcanion. And there is a pass of my turn. So next turn I can actually hit for like a 60. Attach 2 of my energies onto the bench, which is very good start. So there's a Scorched Earth, which means that I'm going to discard one of my Shaymins from play. Thank you a lot, Shaymin, for the setup, but I don't need you anymore. There is Scorched Earth for my opponent, but this is also very good for myself, because the Scorched Earth will work also for me, so I can actually discard some energy from my hand in order to drop 2 cards. So there's Ultra Ball for Scorched Earth and Lysandre for my opponent. Let's see what he will take and pick into his hand. There's a Fletchling, alright, so I guess it's a Talonflame Break. Yes, it takes a little bit to realize, but then I actually realize it is Talonflame Break, so this card can actually be very good and very beast. At least that Melting Horn can work. It can definitely work, so yep, it's a Talonflame Break. Interesting. Alright, so what else he can get? Pretty much nothing. Melting Horn. Delinquent doesn't Sky Field. Interesting. Let's first go with the Scorched Earth. Let's see what we can get. Double Trainers Mail. What we can get with the Trainers Mail? I guess we can take Skyla. Alright, another Trainers Mail. A V-Seeker. I don't have Lysandre, but I do have a V-Seeker for Delinquent. Delinquent can actually work right here. I'm going to play my Delinquent. I'm going just to discard some of the cards from my opponent's hand, so this is very important right there. I can also later play my Parallel City, so I can even discard my Shaymin and Hoopa from play, but I guess I will keep a little bit more. Or I guess I don't want to keep with wait with that. Let's go with a Steam Up. So I can add 30 damage right here, and I will actually wait. We'll take a risk right here. I can still attach energy card, which means that I'm going to play my Professor's Letter, grab 2 fire energies, attach one onto my Flareon, other to my Volcanion, and I'm going to play my power hitter right here for 60. 2 energy attachment, so I have 4 energies already in play. Next turn I can even just retreat onto my Flareon-EX and knock out my opponent Houndoom, so I guess this is pretty much it if he don't get anything else in play. So there's another energy, so which means that he can even use that Grand Flame. Oh, he decided to evolve into Mega Houndoom. So that means only one thing. That means that I'm going definitely to retreat right here. And I'm definitely looking forward to knock him out with my Flareon. So in order to do that, I'm definitely need that Flash Fire. So far I can hit for 110. Let's add some more damage counters. So 110, 140. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I just need 1 Fighting Fury Belt right here. And this will work for the knockout. So let's just grab Fighting Fury Belt instead of going with that Professor Sycamore. And let's do the knockout. Blaze Ball for 150. Still enough for the knockout. I'm going to grab 2 prizes, and pretty much my opponent cannot do anything right here, I guess. It's very hard for him to recover from that. He don't have attacker in play, he don't have anything on the bench, he just stay with that Flashling in the active spot. So there's a Super Rod, he can definitely put something back into his deck like Houndoom and Mega Houndoom. But, oh, there's N, alright, so that N actually helps him a lot. On the other side, I pulled like Professor Sycamore, Trainers Mail. Well, I pulled pretty much very good hand. I can even maybe get another Delinquent and even disrupt more more cards from my opponent's hand and drop them into his discard pile. On the other side, I have Flareon in the active spot, which is full and ready to hit for like 120, 150 with some energy in addition with my Volcanion-EX on the bench. So I guess this is definitely GG. I don't know how he can recover from this. I definitely don't see how he can recover from that. So let's wait a little bit more. So yeah, it's pretty much my turn, so it's GG. So we are going to another game because this was actually a pretty quick, but you definitely keep seeing how this deck is strong. So let's move to another. Alright guys, so starting first, opening hand looks pretty decent. So there's a Volcanion, I have Ultra Ball for 2 of my fire energies, which will definitely be very good. On the other side, young Mega Zoroark. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so good matchup. So I'm bringing you a matchup between Zoroark Break and your Mega Break. This is definitely a future Primal Clash on budget version of the deck, but also very strong deck. So far I can take like 4 cards in addition, but I guess I'm not going to be that greedy. I will just take 1, just to be more competitive. So let's just take 1 and let's just say no to another 3 cards. Alright, a little bit of the fair play, I guess. So I'm going to play my Ultra Ball right here for Hoopa-EX. Hopefully I can find Hoopa in my deck. And basically 2 of my fire energies will be discarded. Is there Hoopa? Yep, there's no Hoopa-EX. So I'm going to attach my fire energy to my Volcanion. I'm going to play my Sky Field. I'm going to play Trainers Mail. I can use Delinquent. Come on, discard 3 cards, please. Delinquent turn 1. I guess I can live with that. It would be even better if I had that red card in my hand. And the red card for 4, Delinquent down to 1. Pretty much GG for my opponent. But it's not that case, so there's Max Potion, Lysandre, and Special Charge. Alright, at least I managed to see the 3 cards that he actually had. And it's not that bad. So there's another Volcanion, there's Escape Rope, there's another Trainer's Mail for the N. And I guess I'm okay for now. So far I'm good. I will just attach my Fighting Fury Belt and I'm going to pass. On the next turn I guess I can go with my N, I can attach my Float Stone on the Shaymin, I can go with my Sky Field. There's a Muscle Band and there's a Judge, so we are both going down to 4 cards. Alright, not bad. I really like that. I had that Parallel City, which means that I can definitely cut my opponent abilities with that Parallel City. Which means that I can even play Parallel City again and Delinquent, and this is going to be so devastating for my opponent. It really doesn't matter how I'm going to put that Parallel City, because I will just play my V-Seeker for Delinquent, and I guess that my opponent will actually quit the game right now. I can expect that, but who knows. So Delinquent down to no cards in his hand, and as I mentioned it, so it's a GG, so let's move to another game. Alright guys, so last game today, because this is just frustrating to play against players online who actually just decide to quit when you set up. So I don't know why you even play the game if you just decide to quit the game. It just does not make any sense. So I lost the coin flip, so that means that I'm going to start second. Alright, so let's see. My opening hand, Flareon-EX, I have Escape Rope, which is good. On the other side, a metal deck, so I have advantage, I guess, against it. So it's a Mega Caesar. I guess this is going to be very fast matchup, so there's a Trainers Mail. I mean, with my Volcanion, I can one-hit knockout Caesar, so this is just ridiculous how actually strong it is. And trust me, my opening hand makes a lot of possibility right here. I mean, I have Ultra Ball for Hoopa. If Hoopa is in the deck, then I can actually one-hit knock on my opponent Caesar on a turn 1. And this is just devastating. Alright, so there's a Ultra Ball for Hex and Lysandre for the Shaymin for the setup. This is going to be a Steel Shelter and Shaymin for 4. And let's see what else he can get in play. Maybe another Caesar, maybe not, maybe N. So I guess I will need to take another strategy. Okay, double Ultra Ball. I can live with that. There's Volcanions. I guess I just need to get Float Stone or Escape Rope. I even have Professor Sycamore for 7, so it was a little bit better hand than the previously one. But that Escape Rope was actually different. So there's a Battle Compressor for 2 energies and Wally. I'm definitely for the Bronzong, and it's my turn. Very nice. Volcanion top deck, Volcanion-EX. I guess Ultra Ball for Ultra Ball and Retrieval. So let's see what I can get right here. I can get another Volcanion-EX. I don't need to take Hoopa because it will take 1 more extra space on the bench. Shaymin for 5. And after that, Sycamore for 7. Let's see, Professor's Letter for 2 energies. Alright, but those 2 energies will not mean anything if I will not be able to get... Oh, there's a Sky Field. Something like Escape Rope or pretty much Float Stone. So I'm going to play 2 of my Steam Ups. 1 more Steam Up. So far I can hit for 160. There's Energy Retrieval. I'm going to put 1 of my energies onto my Volcanion. I'm going to play my Sycamore 7. I need Float Stone. No sign of the Float Stone. But there is a Ultra Ball. And let's see if we can get with actually Hoopa. Maybe chance to hit that Float Stone. So I'm going to take 1 more Volcanion and another Shaymin. Alright, so another Volcanion on the bench and Shaymin for 3. I just need Float Stone, and I guess this Caesar will be knocked out. So no, oh, Float Stone as the last card. This is just ridiculous. Let's add 30 more damage just because we can. That's 240 on a turn 1 with power hitter. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. 240 turn 1. I don't know what to say. So 2 price taken, and my opponent actually decided to quit. So I guess I don't know what to say. Actually, it was pretty damn hard to find opponent who would actually like to play at least one matchup against this deck. So I do my best, guys. I do my best. As you can see, this always happens when I actually play. I managed to get almost perfect build. I don't want to say this is a perfect build, but it's almost near perfect build, and you can see what happened. I managed to get pretty much everything turn 1. I managed to set up, I managed to hit for like 120, 240, and guys just randomly quit. They even don't want to play till the end, so I guess this is pretty much GG. So once again, I hope you guys enjoy watching it. Don't forget to hit like button, and the most important thing, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more future videos. Once again, this was my Volcanion Flareon deck for the next Primal Clash on format, so I hope you enjoy watching it. So I guess I help you a lot with this build. Don't worry about those bad matchups that I actually played online. If you would like actually to play and test this deck, you can definitely add me as a friend, and we can definitely try to test. I mean, I do my best, but it is how it is. I played like 30 games. I played like 5 hours in a row, and I was not actually able to record like 2 games that was actually lost. That was actually last for like 10 minutes. So I do my best. So once again, hope you enjoy watching it. Till the next time, have a nice day, and we'll definitely see you in the next video. So goodbye.